Hey everybody, today is a very exciting day. I am the proud new owner of a VPforce RHINO force feedback joystick base. A surprise to me as much as anything else because, well, I don't know if you're all aware, but there's talk of there being a 2-year waiting list to get hold of this particular device. It comes from an engineer, a very clever person based in Lithuania, and as far as I know, there are a one-man efforts at producing both the hardware and the software. That might have changed, of course, I don't know. But yes, I can tell you that the waiting time for me from putting in my pre-order, I was just checking my emails earlier about this, dating back to the beginning of August 2023, and we're now February 20th, 2024, so significantly less than 1 year in my case. I think a number of orders ahead of me have dropped out. I can tell that by the serial number of the device and the order number that I had placed, which was significantly higher than the device that I've ended up getting, assuming it's a linear one-to-one basis, which I think it is in terms of production, which comes from, as far as I know, a very competent and clever engineer based in Lithuania, who's, I feel privileged basically to own this particular product, and the idea of force feedback, particularly for helicopter flying, you can maybe hear it in my voice, but I'm really excited to be trying this out. Anyway, I wanted to show you what I received in the package and some close-ups on the base itself, because that's probably going to be easier now than in its mounted position. In my case, I intend to mount it onto, as some of you know from my previous videos, a Monster Tech NFC pilot's chair, and of course that will require Monster Tech aluminium profiles and mounts and things like that. So I did actually ask VPforce for a Monster Tech compatible mount. So this is from VPforce, not from Monster Tech themselves. And interestingly, Monster Tech produce an adapter plate themselves, and I'm perfectly fine with this. This is well made. It feels like powder coated steel, absolutely rock solid. I've got no issue sticking with this. I don't feel the need to rush out and buy the Monster Tech adapter plates. As standard though, you can expect a Rhino base, obviously. You get a USB cable. This is a USB 2A cable, 1.8 meters long, which might be an issue for some people. And you've got the square USB-A connection on one end, and the usual rectangular USB connection on the other end. But 1.8 meters, yeah, that's what they supply you with. You do get a power supply. In my case, probably tell by my accent, a UK power plug, 3-pin power plug there. I can't remember whether I had to specify that specifically on the order, but I'm sure it's pretty obvious. Obviously the company has your delivery address, and the power supply, which is a 19 volts 180 watts power supply. Yeah. Bit like you would expect with a high-end sort of gaming laptop. Pretty chunky device there. Right, onto the base itself. So let's have a closer look. There's one thing I've noticed when you look online. There's a lot of pictures of what I'll describe as the older or a prototype device. You can see my number there, 399, this particular device. And, you know, the device that I've received feels and looks to be of higher quality than some of the pictures that are going around, you know, on the internet, presumably because it was, you know, promotional at the time, and the VPforce chap has made some updates and additions to the production unit. The first thing that you might notice is this wheel is absolutely flat, and it looks much better than what I'll describe as a 3D printed part that you see on many of the promotional pictures online. This looks and feels to be of a higher quality. It may still be a 3D printed part, I don't know, I'm not an engineer, but it looks a lot better. The other thing that I've noticed is the case material itself. So the online pictures give you the impression that the box has been constructed, I would say, out of plywood or some sort of material like that, and then painted black. I'm not entirely sure what this material is, but it doesn't feel like wood. It feels cold to the touch. I'm not sure it's solid metal or an alloy of any kind. It might be some kind of, you know, resin or injection molding of some description. You know, or it's got some really high quality paint over the top of it. But it feels really good, and it looks really good as well. You know, you can't see, for example, wood grain in any of the surfaces. Could maybe finish off those edges a little bit better, but yeah, it's nitpicking here. It's not a big deal. Doesn't really leave much in the way of finger marks as well. So yeah, no, it's really nice. So I just wanted to point that out to you, because that's what's currently shipping. What else? The other thing I've noticed is this dial, this knob here. It looks and feels like something that you would get on a decent hi-fi unit. It's like an aluminium solid knob. The pictures online I've seen before, again, show a 3D printed part. So that's nice. That feels a lot better. As I'm moving the joystick base around at the moment, I can absolutely feel, you know, the cogging of the motors there. I think that's quite normal and to be expected. When it's all powered on, and we'll find out a little bit later, the software, I think, deals with that particular behaviour and smooths things out. But yeah, hopefully that's a good close-up look for you. These parts here, I don't know, are they 3D printed? No, I'm not sure that they are, you know. But yes, the quality looks and feels above the expectations and what you see in many of the photographs of the Rhino base itself. So I just wanted to share that with you. Dimensions. Let's have a quick look here. So the overall height looks to be about 29 centimeters or 11.5 inches. By comparison, this is a VPforce Mongoose CM3 base here. This will probably be moved to my left-handed joystick going forward. That's about 12 inches up to the collar of this grip here. So it's a little bit shorter than the CM3 base with the 200mm extension on it. About half an inch difference between the overall height there. And of course that raises the question of, is this going to be so tall that you can't use an extension with it, or you're going to have to rest it on the floor? So the height of my current Mongoose CM3 from VPforce attached to the MFC chair, or to a desk mount for that matter, it feels as though this base could be about 1 inch, maybe a little bit more, off the floor, and for this adapter to be approximately the same sort of height. That's what it feels like to me, and obviously my height. I'm about 5'7", going on 5'8" in height myself. So yes, I just wanted to share that with you. Where you might have some issues with this base, of course, is if you're in a sim pit and you haven't got that type of depth to play with. It might be that you'd have to use a shorter extension or no extension at all with whatever grip that you choose to go with. But I'll try and give you some more clarity on that as I mount the device and show you it's actually up and running. Anyway, hopefully you found that useful. There is a Rhino force feedback base as of February 2024, having waited less than 1 year for the device. I can't wait to try it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.